I'm Jet Casey. I'm a senior. My talent is stand-up comedy. I needed something that involved nothing but a microphone as a prop, so I figured, I could tell jokes.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, everybody. When I first signed up for the talent show, I was actually going to be singing. I figured literally not every other act can be music-based, right? Apparently not. See, when I looked at the sign-up sheet, it looked like the lineup for a 2-hour halftime show. The only thing missing was some guy that comes out with a microphone and says dumb stuff in between songs. So I figured, hey, I could do that. You guys have met the MCs, right? I wanted to be one of them, but Kyle Yonit took the last slot before I did. Come to think of it, he also had this haircut before I did. And he shaved his beard before I did. I'm getting off topic. Point is, I needed an act that required nothing but a microphone. So I figured, I'll put myself down for stand-up comedy. I was going to put lousy in front of that, but I didn't want to set your expectations too high. Miss Stacy seemed excited. She said, joke telling. And as I was walking away, she said, make sure it's school appropriate. Might as well have said, make sure it's not funny. Because when has something school appropriate been funny? Example. Last year during Spirit Week, you know how they always play songs in between classes? Gangnam Style came on right as my friend Nick and I were walking right by one of the school elevators. And I turned to him and said, I think we should dance. And he said, I think we should. So we got into the elevator and rode it up to the second floor, and when those doors opened, I don't know, people were probably just laughing because I was doing pelvic thrusts in sweatpants. How do you expect us to be school appropriate if you keep tempting us like that? Here's another example. My friend Chad, he was in psychology last year. And I would just love to be at the board meeting where they proposed this class. You got one of the administrators like, all right, everyone. Because all administrators have pleasing baritone voices. All right, everyone. We need to fill a new elective slot. I got it. Let's teach a whole bunch of teenagers how to mentally manipulate each other. Yeah, that's a good idea. We've never had any bad ideas, right? Right. Go make this available at that school we built on top of the swamp. Yeah, the same school where the boy and girl's bathrooms switch places every hallway. This is the class my friend took last year. And when he was in it, they said, classic conditioning. It's where you do the same thing to someone over and over, and by doing that, you train them to react to certain cues. And he was thinking, okay, which of my friends is dumb enough to be trained like a dog? Then he saw me walk into the girls' bathroom on accident for the third time in one day. Hey, they switch places every hallway. We've been over this. And then he went, bingo. So he came up to me and said, hey, Jack. Hey, Jack. What? Whoa! And he shoved me into the lockers. And he did this the next day. He came up and said, hey, Jack. Hey, Jack. What? Whoa! Boom! Now, this went on for about a month. And you'd think I'd get wise after a while, but having your head hit against the lockers every day makes it really hard to think. Also, and here's a little tidbit you also learn in psychology, Stockholm Syndrome. It's where a mean person is nice for the rest of the time, so you forget about the one mean thing they're doing. Or if you don't buy into that, I am very stupid. So stupid that it wasn't until about the end of the month when he shoved me, I started putting my arm out to stop myself. And that was when he had me. He can come up to me and say, hey, Jack. What? Arms out, it's reflex. I know I'm making Chad sort of sound like a jerk. He's not. This might be the Stockholm Syndrome talking, but he's not. Anyway, one day, we were walking down the hall. He was on this side of me, and the fire alarm was on this side. and he said, "Hey, Jack." I don't know what he was thinking. Probably my friend's voice activated just like my cell phone. Because my arm came out, and I hit the fire alarm. And it didn't go off, but if it did, that would have been a weird visit to Delapino's office. Why'd I pull the fire alarm, sir? Oh, well, Hand, this is your fault. Well, it's a long story. No, I can make it a short story. Tell you what, come to the talent show, and you'll hear the entire explanation. Yes, it's school appropriate. Why does everyone keep asking me that? All right, that's all I got, everybody. Thanks.